and there's some footage out there showing that Rick Ross was having a little heated conversation with a few people, and then Rick Ross was struck in the face by one of the guys. Either struck him with a punch and threw a drink, or just struck him and then somehow a drink started flying everywhere. And people have been reacting to this. Bobby Shmurda has reacted to it. He was like laughing and clowning Ross. Rick Ross's baby mother, Tia Kemp, of course went online and reacted big time to this footage. And probably the most predictable was 50 Cent. He came out and said his thing, reacted to the footage. Check it out.
Hey guys, I just saw a very unfortunate situation that took place in Canada, and I wanted to say to everyone, that I hope that brother made it home safely. I hope that he now has a different perspective and a better sense of what to do and what not to do while you're out in the world. That part where the young guy went like, he did this little move and got knocked out like right there. That does not reflect him. That reflects his camp, and he might need to go get the Dream Chasers or the 305.
Yeah, fam. I ain't gonna lie, 50 looking kind of old from this angle. Maybe that's just me thinking that. But of course 50 was gonna clown Ricky Ross. Although he doesn't normally take shots at Ross, I've noticed. When Ross ever said something about 50, 50 kind of comes back in a minimal way. He doesn't go hard at it like he does other celebrities.
Happy Canada Day to everybody. Cheers, man. Cheers to the whole country.
Drake sends shots to Rick Ross in reaction to the Vancouver altercation. This is Fresh Hip Hop Opinion with your guy Alize. Don't forget to subscribe. So Drake has responded to the whole Rick Ross fiasco. Rick Ross was in Vancouver and decided to play Not Like Us. And that's obviously Kendrick Lamar's diss song to Drake. He did it in Canada. Not a smart move, Ricky. But like I said, Drake on Canada Day has reacted with a video. Check it out.
Before African woman, you're the one I adore. Happy Canada Day. See, I'm rapping to them. Happy Canada Day to everybody. Cheers, man. Cheers to the whole country. Our day today. Sun's out. Enjoy it.
Yeah, fam. Drake also put a post out and it said this: custom design, fine rhymes into salary, all the way from T-Dot to the Van City All-Stars. Obviously shouting out Vancouver, who beat the brakes out of Ricky. Tia Kemp, one of Rick Ross's baby mothers, also commented on the post saying Drake with a whole bunch of E's at the end. And then Drake responded to her by saying my goat. So obviously Drake is trolling Ricky. Academics would end up posting this all on his platform, and Rick Ross would respond to that by calling Drake the P word and calling Tia Kemp granny.
So I would have expected Mr. Drake to be like, yo, I don't condone violence. That ain't what it is. I don't have nothing to do with that or none of that. You feel me? Because y'all can play the little games when you're talking on this social media, and you're doing your little texting and you're tweeting and you're talking and all the however y'all say whatever y'all want to say about each other. You can do that on here. But when you go to putting hands on people, that's when you go to a whole nother level.
Luke from the 2 Live crew reacts to Rick Ross getting into an altercation in Vancouver, Canada. Luke has reacted, and I got the clip right here, people. Check it out.
My boy Ross and his guys in Canada, that's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. Unacceptable. That don't happen. That don't supposed to happen. And what's more unacceptable is when Mr. Drake liked the post. That also is unacceptable. I expect more out of Mr. Drake. When there's violence, you don't condone it. You should be bigger than that. Mr. Drake, you should be bigger than that. When there's violence, you don't condone that. There's always a backlash of it all. Even if you were not involved, half of the country think you set the man up. They book a show in Canada and you send your goons out to agitate and start a fight with Ross. Mr. Drake, like the post, you just inserted yourself into violence toward Mr. Ross and his crew. When you like the post and you on there doing your little, okay, it's a beautiful day in Canada, and you like the post, you just inserted yourself in some. Look how it all play out. Oh, so half the country thinking that Ross done played the record, the Kendrick Lamar record, and he got jumped on because he played the Kendrick Lamar record. So now you got a whole West Coast of people, they at your head. Oh, that's what we doing? You don't need that, Mr. Drake. But you're too talented to insert yourself in some shit that you're not really about. To have a whole coast at your head, you don't want that. I don't want that for you. Look, I had the same conversation with Biggie and Pop. I'm probably one of the only few that could talk to them straight up. Leave this shit alone, boss. Because it's not going to be the rapper pull the trigger. It's not going to be the rapper pull the trigger. It's not going to be the rapper that robs somebody. It's not going to be the rapper that do something. No, it's going to be somebody looking for a come up. It's going to be somebody looking for a come up. Or it's going to be some super fan who going to then do the shooting. So I would have expected Mr. Drake to be like, yo, I don't condone violence. That ain't what it is. I don't have nothing to do with that or none of that. You feel me? Because y'all can play the little games when you're talking on this social media. And you're doing your little texting and you're tweeting and you're talking and however y'all say whatever y'all want to say about each other. You can do that on here. But when you go to putting hands on people, that's when the shit go to a whole nother level. The rapper never gets hands put on them. It's the other people, and then it's the other people that really be about their life. It be the other people who be with the rapper who really on that. So play your little games with your words. If you want to do wordplay with Ross and anybody else, do your little wordplay with all that, but don't say, keep 305 out your mouth. I'm just telling you right now, because this shit is, everybody has a part of their city where people really bleed this shit. I would hope that you two gentlemen get your shit together, Mr. Drake and Mr. Ross, because I don't want this to end like that.
Yeah, fam. Now, he said a lot, but he pretty much is criticizing Drizzy Drake for liking a post with Rick Ross getting assaulted, and Drake put out a video also kind of smiling and celebrating Canada Day, but kind of chuckling at the same time in a sarcastic way. And Luke believes Drake is kind of adding fuel to the fire, because now the beef has got a bit physical. Because, when it's just words online, diss songs, it's like sticks and stones may break your bones. But once it gets physical, you gotta distance yourself from that situation. And Luke was basically saying how Drake should have come out, denounced, and said he was against all violence, and even maybe given them a call on Rick Ross's side and said, hey, that wasn't from us, we had nothing to do with that. He also suggested that Drake shouldn't want any parts of this because he doesn't want to get involved in a coastal war. Like, he believes that if this altercation kicked off just because that song by Kendrick Lamar played, then it'll be the situation where, Drake can't come out to the West Coast because that song might play, and then another fight kicks off.